This is the voice of St. Maarten, PJD2, 1300 AM, broadcasting from Plaza 21, Phillipsburg, St. Maarten. The World News is next on the voice of St. Maarten.
Hello, I'm David Harper with the BBC News. President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine has been holding talks with US politicians in Washington as he seeks to get Republicans to unblock a massive aid package. The White House has warned that US funds are fast running out. Sarah Smith reports from Washington.
Almost exactly 1 year ago, President Zelensky was hailed as a hero when he made a surprise appearance in the US Congress. 12 months on, with the war in Ukraine stuck in stalemate, it's a different story. Republicans are demanding changes to US immigration policy before they will authorise any more funding for the Ukrainian military. Mr Zelensky told politicians in Congress that more American help was critical to his fight. But Mr Zelensky was told by Republicans that without increased security on the US southern border, there would be no more aid to his nation.
The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says more than 50,000 people have been injured since the Israeli offensive began, in addition to more than 18,400 people who've been killed. Our Arab Affairs analyst Sebastian Usher reports.
A global disability charity, Humanity and Inclusion, says amputations, burns and traumatic brain injuries have been caused from the use of explosive weapons in Gaza. The charity says the lack of medical care and painkillers mean that many people suffer needlessly and may develop long-term impairments that could have been avoided. The WHO has also blamed Israeli forces for causing lengthy delays at checkpoints in allowing emergency vehicles carrying the wounded to pass.
The presidency of the UN Climate Summit in Dubai says it will soon publish a new draft resolution after its first one pushed the talks into jeopardy by deleting language about phasing out fossil fuels. A BBC correspondent in Dubai says the presidency is hoping to reach agreement on a more ambitious deal. Talks could continue late into the night. About half the participants want the phasing out of fossil fuels to be included in the final agreement, but a small number of oil producers, among them Saudi Arabia, Russia and Iraq, have pushed back. A far-right Polish MP has attacked a Jewish menorah in the Parliament building, putting out the candles with a fire extinguisher. Grzegorz Braun of the Konfederacja Party has had his salary cut by half for 3 months and his allowances for 6. Prosecutors have been notified of the case. Adam Easton has more detail.
Cameras recorded the bearded MP pick up a fire extinguisher, set it off and calmly walk to the menorah to put out the candles one by one. People gasped as smoke and white dust filled the air. Later, Mr Brown walked to the chamber podium, where he said he was restoring normality and described Hanukkah as satanic. Parliamentary Speaker Shimon Hołownia said there was no place for racism or anti-Semitism in the chamber.
World News from the BBC. The Pakistani Foreign Ministry has summoned the top Afghan diplomat in the country, urging Kabul to apprehend perpetrators of an attack that killed 23 Pakistani soldiers. Islamabad says Pakistani Taliban militants operate from sanctuaries across the border in Afghanistan, a charge the Afghan rulers deny. A group affiliated to the Pakistani Taliban said its fighters carried out the attack. The police in Sierra Leone have named the former president, Ernest Bai Koroma, as a suspect in their investigation into an attempted coup last month. The Inspector General of Police said 80 suspects were now in custody, including military and police officers. A court in South Africa has ruled that President Cyril Ramaphosa's official crowning of the new Zulu king last year was unlawful and invalid. It follows a legal challenge by the king's half-brother, Prince Simakade, who says he's the rightful heir. Our Africa editor Richard Hamilton reports.
When King Goodwill Zwelithini died in 2021, leaving 6 wives and at least 28 children, there was understandably some confusion over the succession. Under Zulu custom, the eldest son does not automatically become king. The court stressed that it was not determining who was the rightful king, but whether the president had followed proper procedures before recognising King Misuzulu. The move is likely to plunge the Zulu royal family, already hit by claims of poisonings and killings, into further turmoil.
The European Parliament has presented the EU's top human rights award posthumously to Mahsa Amini, the young Iranian Kurdish woman whose death in Iranian custody sparked massive protests there. The ceremony in Strasbourg also honoured the joint winners of the Sakharov Prize, the Iranian movement Woman, Life, Freedom. A lawyer for Ms. Amini's family collected the award, and as her brother, mother and father were prevented from leaving Iran.